For closure 2-170, we have Chucky and Angela who are reviewing equations about parabolas for their upcoming test. So they were talking about a problem with a vertex of -4, 3. I'm going to show you an example with a different ordered pair, but you'll still get the same process and you'll just have to do the same or do the ordered pair on your own. So they want an equation for a parabola that opens upward. Okay, so that means that it looks like concave up. So that means we need to have a positive a value. Okay, so I have the equation right here on the side that you would use to write for a parabola because we have our squared. And I'm just going to plug things in. So if I have a -5 here, I have y equals, and I'm going to put, say, a +2, so it opens upward. Then I have x minus -5 squared plus 4, because this is my h, this is my k. I can simplify here and make this a positive, so it would be y equals 2x plus 5 squared plus 4. And this would give me a parabola with the correct vertex that opens upward. So you're going to have to do something similar with your ordered pair. They also want to know where the line of symmetry is. And remember, the line of symmetry is always the x of our vertex. So if this is my vertex right here, my line of symmetry will be at x equals -5. This is my line of symmetry. So it's always the x of my vertex. The next part, they want the same parabola, but they want it to open down. Okay, and what else do they want? They want it to open down and be compressed. Okay, so remember that to compress something, we have to change our a value to a fraction. And then if we want it to open down, my a value has to be negative. So my new parabola would be y equals, and then I'm going to put a fraction out front that is negative, and then just write the rest out. So this would give me a parabola that opens down and is compressed. Now, my line of symmetry in this case doesn't change because my h and k values stayed the same. So my symmetry is still at x equals -5. So for the last part, they want us to move this parabola 7 units to the right and 8 units down and stretch it vertically so that it's thinner than the original parabola. So to start, if I want to make this stretch, I'm going to make this back to a whole number. I have my x. Okay, so right now I'm at -5. So if I draw a little graph here, my parabola is something like this. Okay, and I want to move this 7 units to the right. So to move 7 units right, I'm going to end up with a vertex at 2. Okay, so my new x is at 2. But then I also want to move it down 8 units. So I'm up here at 4 right now. So to move it down another 4 would put my vertex at 2, -4. So I need to adjust this equation here. And that would just make it 2x minus 2 squared minus 4. So by drawing a little graph, that can be super helpful to figure out where your new vertex should be. And now in this case, my line of symmetry would change because it's now at x equals 2, because that is the h value or the x of my vertex. So when you do this problem, you're going to have to use your own numbers. Don't use the ones that I used here. And then you will be able to write your equations using the same method.